reporting back from the Redneck.
A Redneck Yacht Club.
I don't know what that was.
Do you know the song?
No, I don't. I didn't know there was a song. I was rolling with it and improvising, and I feel like I did a really good job.
I feel like we should have opened this episode with it.
Okay, back up.
Okay.
Don't really, but we're just going to start again from here.
It's country, obviously.
Ugh. Remember, we can play 30 seconds.
You get to listen to the beginning, and then we'll...
We're headed out to a special place we love, but just a few folks know.
Just wait.
There's no signing of no monthly dues. Take your Johnson, your Mercury, or your Evan Root. Fired up, me decide a party call.
You've never heard this.
I loathe country music.
I love it.
I just hop on over and toss us a line. Fast trackers, bayliners, and a party barge strung together like a floating trailer park. Anchored out and getting loud all summer long. Side by side, there's farmhouse boats, front porches, astroturf lawn chairs, and tiki torches. Regular Joes rocking the boat, that's us, the Redneck Yacht Club.
Bermudas, flip-flops. What else was
Oh.
that?
Bermuda flip-flops and a tank top tan. He bobbed his first top of 10.
I think 10 a.m.
That's
is pretty
bomb.
late.
He's our president.
Oh, my God. Good Lord.
It should say, that's Bill. He's our president.
Yeah, I saw there's a hat over there that says Bill's beer removal.
Yes. And it'll remove, anything you need.
Anything.
Any kind of extra beer removed. You can do it.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. There's also a song about that.
I bet there is.
You're really missing out.
I am. My distaste for country music.
Country
Well,
music is great because it tells a story in it, and it's like...
Yeah, what happens when you play a country song backwards? You get your boat back, you get your truck back, you get your dog back, you get your wife back.
Oh, okay. But it makes you feel something good.
It makes you feel something.
Want to know what's funny is that like our family never, ever, ever in a million years would listen to country music until Bill, now Dad, came
Bill's fault.
It came into our family. He was a big country fan, and he started playing country. And I remember my mom being like, "The fuck," and also all of us being like, "The fuck." And I remember going shopping for his first birthday, like that he spent with us, and going to like the CD store and trying to figure out like what to buy him.
FYE.
And do you know what was the first CD we ever bought him?
What?
Was the Dixie Chicks.
Oh
now
my
now
God.
known as the
Chicks.
But it was a Dixie Chicks CD. They had just come out. We didn't know anything about them, and the guy was like, "Oh, it's a new country band," and we're like, "Okay,
Earl
sounds good."
had to die.
And now that literal CD is like the anthem of my childhood. We would listen to it with Bill all the time. Goodbye, Earl. Also, you cannot be mad at the Dixie Chicks.
No, never.
They're
The Chicks.
amazing. The Chicks. The Chicks.
No, I will allow the Chicks.
The Chicks are phenomenal.
If you say I'm going to put on country music, I'm going to grumble, and then if you say it's the Chicks, I'll be like, okay. Or Shania Twain.
Shania also that's another
Shania.
that is
Shania.
another one too. It was like right after her, then Shania then Shania came out, and then then our family was locked in on country and has been ever since.
Perfect.
Fallon's way more. I'm probably the least out of everyone with it. I don't listen to the up-to-date stuff anymore as much, but I don't listen to the radio, so I just find out like what the popular songs are.
Video killed the radio star. You got
Love
a
it.
nice crease of makeup.
Do
right
I?
there.
Can you rub it in? Want to know why? Because I did my makeup in the car today, on the way here.
There, I rubbed that hard. Sorry. There, it's good.
Were you
It's
trying
good.
to stab me in the
Yep.
eyeball? Trying to
Yep.
like.
Pop her eyeball right out.
Oh my gosh! Wait,
Well-
this makes me. I feel like I gotta today then do a redneck joke because I did one once before. Do you remember the redneck joke that I did before? It was a long time ago, probably last summer.
Remember it if you said it. But...
If I said it.
Sorry, I keep leaning back and getting cozy, and I realize I have to be up near
Yeah,
my
you
mic.
got to be close. These are all you might be a redneck. Did you ever watch Jeff Fox?
Yeah. I know.
Rudy?
You might be a redneck.
You might be a redneck. He's the best.
Yes.
But there was a really good redneck joke. Ew.
Okay, well, now you have to
I know.
say it.
I was trying to find one, but someone said, you might be a redneck, then it's if you lost your virginity at a family reunion. And then someone wrote,
God.
you might wear a red hat.
I mean... Nope, we're not going there.
I'm just
No,
saying, I'm reading it
don't.
from the interwebs.
No.
Okay, I might, if your mama needs to move and she asks you to put the wheels back on her trailer. Okay, well, that's, you know.
There's that Christmas song you guys always listen to by Jeff.
4 big butt tires, 3 shotgun shells, 2 hunting dogs, and some parts to a Mustang GT.
I feel like we need to circle back to that when we go through our episode on Yuletide Monsters Part 3.
I mean, yes, but only if you'll allow me to serenade everyone, all the good people, with my, fantastic singing skills. Because I am truly just, when it comes...
Like, you have a beautiful singing voice.
Me. I think I need to practice it a little bit more, but I feel like you guys, you're really missing out.
Yeah.
God damn it, it's going to drive me nuts because it was like... Oh, here it is. I found it, you guys. You ready?
Yes, I'm born ready.
This honestly is one of my favorite. I'll wait for the plane.
God damn you, plane!
Okay. What do tornadoes and redneck divorces have in common?
Naders. What?
Someone's fixing to lose a trailer.
Okay, that one's 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
That's a good one. The naders are coming.
I saw this TikTok, and it was, you have these things like what you should be doing in your garden this month. So July was sitting down and having a glass of wine in your garden.
I feel like that's fair because it's at
done.
Peak.
Done.
What you guys also cannot see behind us is my mom is the most insane avid gardener. Like, parents moved into this house when I was a month old, and my mom has been gardening
and it was just a
ever since.
ranch at the time.
Yeah, it was
right?
like a really small, like, rambler. Not really small, but it was a small rambler, and they built a second story on it. They've done a lot to it since they lived here, but it's wild to, like, my mom's garden right now is like peak beautifulness. It's
absolutely
just
stunning.
Stunning.
And
Yeah.
our youngest were all puttering around it earlier.
Yeah, picking flowers.
It was just...
Yeah, my girls, like, come here. They know what flowers they're allowed to pick, and they make soups and they, potions, little brews, if you will, tiny witches making things, but there's mint everywhere and lemon balm, and they know, like, where the stuff is to pick, and they always, like, play in the pool and make stuff, and it's honestly great if you're here and you need a mojito or something, because the amount of mint that floats around. Mojito. I want to keep saying the Snedeker family.
We've done the Snedeker family.
I know, because I know that's not it.
The Smurl family. The Snedeker family, it was a mortuary, remember?
Yes, I remember that. No, but I just want to keep it starts with an S. So
that one was a real cozy episode, too, because we were in your bed. The lights were off. Remember, we had a glass of red wine.
We need to do that again.
We do.
That was a vibe.
Some October, because we did an October episode last year, too.
Yeah.
The documentary we covered.
Well, we had to finish upstairs because the kids got home from cheer. But
but still, like, that's a fall vibe.
That is a fall vibe. Us just chilling in bed watching. We need charcuterie.
A charcuterie?
We need a charcuterie board, and
my oldest daughter said, "Can we do more meals where you just, like, get, like, a cutting board and put cheese and meats and stuff on it?" I'm like,
you mean girl dinner?
Less.
You mean
my
girl dinner.
Child? Is that what that's called? A girl dinner?
Yeah, girl dinner.
It's called deliciousness.
It's not. It's just a thing. It's funny, like,
girl dinner.
Now that my youngest sister is in a relationship again, but she the other day messaged us and was like, Mike's sick, so this is her boyfriend, so she's like, so I just get to eat what I want tonight, and, like, sends a picture of, like, a random assortment of shit. But that is me. If I am not having to cook for anybody, what am I eating? I don't know.
I usually make some sort of pasta with a mass amount of garlic, mushrooms, onions, all the things that nobody else will eat.
See, and I'm not doing a full meal like that. I'm doing, like, a
snacky
cheese board.
Yeah,
a snacky. But I'm not eating a little bit. I'm eating a lot of it. I'm doing a plethora. But I'm gonna have the most weird assortment of shit. I could eat a whole thing of the popcorn that my mom makes covered in butter. For a meal. It's like a pound of butter in it, so you're getting your nutrition. Full nutrients.
My husband got a call home from school once when he was little because he put on something that they had popcorn for dinner the night before, and they got a call home to make sure everything was okay. We've all done that.
Oh, what? Just giving them whatever?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes. You want Ben and Jerry's for dinner? Sure. Tonight, I don't care.
Whatever makes you happy. Is your stomach full? Great.
At this point, you guys are so skinny minis, just calories is all it takes.
Just eat some calories. That's like my youngest, who's going to summer camp for a month shortly, just told us that she's going to eat everything in sight because she knows she's going to lose so much weight at camp because she doesn't eat half their food. And I was like, Kyler, don't do that. I actually think I need to email the camp and be like, she is so picky. You guys got to help us out. Like, I might actually say that she has a condition just so that they will make sure she eats.
She said that there's a Marionberry plant nearby. She told me this.
She can't just live on fruit.
She can.
And peanut butter sandwiches.
She can. She won't get scurvy.
True. But still.
Okay,
she also's got to broaden her horizons.
Hello and welcome to Lunatic Soup, the podcast where we go into all things wild, weird, and unknown. We're your host, Meg.
And I'm Raina, ready to brew up some lunatic soup.
Let's go.
almost lost those words again.
Man.
See?
To be fair, we've been recording now for quite a while because we did part 1 and then we sat down and we did part 2. We're doing part 2 right now.
And
so
I'm
we
drinking
still
wine.
have our Grape Abduction Company wine, the Rosé, all day.
From Trader Joe's. Thanks. And we're drinking that, and it's going down a treat.
Yeah.
And
so let's get back to the Smurl family. So the Smurl family moved in. They've got 4 kids. The in-laws live in the duplex next door. All sorts of shit was going down.
Lots of crazy shit.
All the time. They've
And-
lived in this house for 11, 12 years at this point.
Yep. There's like things spontaneously combusting,
Moving around.
people getting ripped out from their beds,
People floating above their beds.
bad shit. And we left it that someone was about to call 911. Just kidding.
Ghostbuster.
It's Ghostbusters. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
So Janet, the mother of the home, went to talk to one of her priest friends, this wasn't a priest friend. This was a professor who was interested in the stories, and he said that he was purely interested in the stories and what was happening at the house, but he couldn't actually help her. But he knew someone who could, so he gave her a piece of paper with a phone number. Janet went home. She went back and forth, and she eventually called the number. Who did she call?
And Lorraine Warren.
Ed and How did you know?
I was betting. I'm a betting woman.
You're a betting
Meg.
woman,
I'm
and
betting on.
you came up the right side. I don't know betting terms. I'm sorry.
I-
You won.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't bet either.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was up.
It was a good. Yep.
It was a good bet. It was a good bet.
It was a good bet. 10 out of 10.
Uh-huh.
They contacted the one and only Ed and Lorraine Warren, self-proclaimed demonologists and famous clairvoyant.
And child molester.
Well, there's that.
Making sure we're throwing that one in there.
Blech.
Yep.
It is important to note that the Smurls were Catholic, and we know that Ed and Lorraine Warren worked within the viewpoint of good versus evil in the parameters of Catholicism. So whatever the Warrens had to say, it was very familiar to the Smurls as far as their belief system went.
Okay.
I think that's very important.
Okay.
Because if somebody came into our house
Oh, yeah.
and had belief systems that were different from ours, it would be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Well,
You know?
I mean, if they came in and started telling me that, like, the devil was in my house and that God is
devil.
going to save me and all of that, I'd say, okay.
You need 13 Hail Marys and 4 Our Fathers.
Respectfully, I respect that we have different opinions, but no. Thank you.
Thank you. Come again.
My favorite is, it's the quote, the kids and I were watching it, God damn it, Love on the Spectrum, and the girl Abby, and she takes a sip of champagne, and she goes, oh God, what does she say? She goes, this is interesting, but I'm not interested.
I love that.
It's my
But I
favorite.
love that.
It's like, and it was her just like literally learning how to speak her opinion, and she loves Chardonnay. It's her favorite.
Perfect.
But
It's a nice and buttery.
she
warm,
likes a buttery
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay, which so they gave her a glass of champagne, and she takes a sip. And she goes, this is interesting, but I'm not interested, and sets it down. And I'm like, that is the best
That's
quote
beautiful.
ever. It's the way of saying like, thank you for showing me. It's interesting, but it's not my cup of tea.
I, however,
Love a champagne.
love champagne.
I really fucked her up.
Oh my gosh.
I gave her a champagne taste on a beer budget.
You did.
I know.
And that's like really messed up because
I have a champagne taste on a beer budget too, but I will drop some money on some champagne.
every now and then, if something really important, she just like zipped up her little like swamp witch
Wait,
cap
do you
all
wanna
the
know
way
why?
up.
What is it hitting on the side? Because it makes my other headphone work.
Oh, you're tightening it up. It's just I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever it's doing is making my
she's
headphone
tightening
work.
it up so that both her
I
headphones,
think
the ears
it's
work.
accentuating my dual chin.
I love it. It looks great. You looking great.
I feel comfortable with it.
You guys who are watching the YouTubes are in for a treat.
Real one.
A treat. The Warrens came in and sat in the kitchen table having coffee with the Smurls, and the Smurls said that it felt like an interrogation. Ed was not very good at being personable and accused the family of being involved with the occult, at one point asking if they were Satanists.
Shut up, Ed.
Are you a Satanist?
I sure is.
I mean,
No, I don't believe in Satan. Fuck
I
off.
believe in Satan.
No.
But I do love that the Church of Satan is just a big joke to Christianity.
Oh yeah. Well.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that's funny.
It is funny.
I think that's well played. Well played.
Well played, sir.
Yes, and ma'am.
And ma'am.
This was off-putting to the Smurls, but it was also the first time that they felt like they were being taken seriously,
Okay.
which is fair.
No, very fair. Very loud plane. My parents live next to the airport, you guys, near an airport, and they are in the flight path of all of the airplanes, literally all of them landing. And so it's one of those, when you sit in the backyard, the Australians will understand this. How's the Serenity? It's two-stroke. There's a movie called The Castle.
Oh, I've heard of this movie. I still don't understand, but I've heard of it.
Eric Bana in it anyways, and they're like, he has a lake house on the Lake Bonnie Doon, which is funny. When we moved to Bonnie Lake, everyone was like, you moved to Bonnie Doon. Anyways,
That's funny.
He's out there on his boat, and it's like, you can hear like the electricity of the like things going, and there's all kinds of loud noises, and he sits there and he's like, how's the Serenity? This is the most unserene thing ever, but for him,
it worked.
His serenity.
Lorraine came into the house and instantly knew that there were other beings there. She said the temperature immediately dropped, and she could feel the feeling of fear throughout the home. She began to walk around the house and at one point heard sounds coming from a room. She went into the room and was met with a cold spot and a rotten smell as she opened the door. Lorraine was drawn to a wardrobe on the other side of the room, sensing that something was hiding in it. She stated that she was filled with a strong sense of evil. Dun, dun, dun.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Chrissy, wake up! I don't like it.
Now I messed up my headphones again.
So sorry. I'm rewatching the
Stranger Things. Thank God for your Yiddies caught your microphone.
My microphone
landed right.
Dropped.
I actually was watching it and I was nervous about it. There it is.
It's fine. I'm rewatching Stranger Things with my two of my middle girls.
Yep.
And we just watched that one yesterday.
Someone's at my door. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a good one.
Stranger Things is a good one. I need to rewatch it too.
I mean,
when my kids are old enough, I'll watch it with them. But
yeah.
I
mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Our kids are the same age. Well, but also my kids just get more scared than yours.
Yeah,
do.
mine grew up with me. I'm sorry.
You introduced them to stuff younger. See, my mom introduced me to stuff younger, and it terrified me. So I haven't done that to my kids because
that's fair.
You know.
I keep asking Lucy, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, this is awesome."
Yeah, and as long as that's their response, I just feel like my kids get scared easier. So
everybody's different.
Yep.
Goddamn planes.
Goddamn you, Loch Ness monster.
She told the Smurl family that their house was being shared by 4 spirits. A harmless elderly and confused woman, a young and potentially insane and violent woman, a man who suffered greatly when he died in the home. He had a mustache and was possibly violent. And the 4th, a demon that used the other 3 spirits to destroy the Smurl family. She said that the demon was possibly on the property for at least decades and feeded off the fear of those that inhabited it.
Yep. They will do that.
They will do it. The Warrens brought in their psychic friend who was also a nurse, Rosemary Frueh. 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 Who kept excessive records of the investigation. The Warrens began investigating that night, moving in with the Smurls to stay there. Can you imagine, like, Ed and Lorraine, use our guest room? No!
Well, at the time, you're desperate for help, though. They don't even know who Ed and Lorraine really are, though, do they?
I mean, but this was post-Amityville. Like,
were they that big then?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was a pretty big story. They had to have at least heard of Amityville, even if they didn't know who the Warrens were.
But then also, you would open your home if you are really scared and you're like, help us. You would open it.
That's true.
Like, come on in. Save me.
Save me. As soon as they moved in, they almost immediately began experiencing things. The first night that they were there, mirrors in the room began to move on their own, and a small black and white TV that was unplugged suddenly turned on to static. Through the static, Ed and Lorraine said that they saw figures in the TV looking back at them.
No.
The Warrens were surprised the most that the Smurls had not done anything to open any doorways or otherworldly entities. Or to contact otherworldly entities. At first, Ed was like, you did this.
Right.
You must have had...
He was accusing them of summoning things.
But then once they kind of moved in and got to know the family, they realized they didn't do anything.
Which is the Amityville house is one of the things they've said that the stepdad was fucking with shit.
Right. And like the murders had happened in the home, so it was already bad energy.
Right. And then he was doing shit.
And we all know that one was a huge ass hoax. But
well, But, okay. Well,
I feel like that was.
do you?
I do.
I have 50-50 on it.
I feel
like there's some fabrication, but I don't know that I feel like the whole
but that's
thing
with
is.
anything, right? Like,
Well,
anything could
1000%.
be just elaborated on.
Well, and it's elaborated from either the fact that you are so scared you don't fully remember it and you say what you remember.
that's
Like,
true.
your brain elaborates things without you trying to.
That's fair.
You just don't know. But I feel like it happened, but to an extent.
Ed explained that the Smurls were chosen. They were selected in a cosmic game that had absolutely nothing to do with them.
Okay.
The Warrens said that prayer would save them. They had the Smurls get holy water and instruct them to sprinkle it around every time something happened. The Warrens came and went for months from the Smurl house, gathering evidence which was weirdly never made public. They wanted to get the official Catholic Church involved to perform an official exorcism, which I thought, why, when Ed would do them himself all the time?
Yeah.
So that confused me. I mean, I know that, and he talks about this later, that the Catholic Church, if they're on board, it would be stronger, more potent or something. But Ed was a self-proclaimed demonologist who performed exorcisms. So I don't know why he didn't just come in and do it himself.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Right?
But,
I don't know. One night after the Warrens left, the children were all huddled in their rooms, scared that the, quote, gray thing that they had been seeing would return. In Jack and Janet's room, as they tried to sleep, Janet was slapped repeatedly. The TVs in the house all turned on to static, and they were now convinced that beings were looking at them through the TVs.
that sounds alienish.
It does, kind of, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But we do know that, like, poltergeists can go through electronics, too.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
there
It just
could
is
be
what
that.
they're saying, like gray beings and like things watching
Yeah.
through TV reminds me of like
Aliens. That's
Yeah.
true. That's fair. The banging on the walls went on through the night, and this went on until 3 a.m., with Jack going room to room checking on everyone in his house until dawn. Their dog refused to leave the hallway outside the girls' bedrooms. Which we know animals can see things that we can't.
1,000%.
And we know if they're protective of their little ones, of course,
They're gonna
stay there and protect them.
Mm-hmm.
The family purchased items from the church and had it blessed by priests, which they felt would help calm the spirits of the home. One day, Janet was in the bathtub trying to relax. She suddenly felt uncomfortable and that she was not alone or that she was being watched. She began to feel vulnerable when whistling started. Never good.
Fuck no. We both know whistling's not good. Whistling's terrifying. I don't know why it's so scary, but it is.
But it is. She said she began to hear whistling and catcalling in the bathroom. The next night, Jack was woken up by two women talking. He thought it was the twins, and he sat up to see what they needed. This is when he realized it was not the twins, but two women in old-fashioned clothing staring back at him. He watched them for a while before they vanished. Dun, dun, dun.
I don't like that at all.
The next night, Jack was woken again. He sat up and saw the same two women in the corner of the bedroom. He tried to nudge Janet awake, but like we talked about, they couldn't wake up. In the last episode, we talked about how when one entity was showing itself to one of them, they almost put the other one in a coma-like state, and they could
Which is
not be
insane,
woken up.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
a lot of power.
Well, it is a lot of power, and that's terrifying.
It is.
If it's capable of doing that,
What else is it capable of?
a lot. Ish.
He said that the two women were again staring at him. One woman was older and one was younger. He saw them whispering to each other but couldn't make out what they were saying. He said he knew the women were aware that he could see them. The younger woman approached Jack, and as soon as he got real close to her, her lips curled up into an exaggerated smile. Jack tried to scream, but nothing came out. The woman continued looking and grinning at Jack as he sat there seemingly paralyzed. The woman started stepping backwards towards the wardrobe that Lorraine had pointed out before disappearing.
It's very sleep paralysis.
Very sleep
Yeah.
paralysis. It's like we're taking a bunch of different elements of hauntings and
throwing
putting
it
them
in
all into one.
So true. Interesting.
I think this is the most detailed and intricate haunting we've ever covered.
Yeah. I mean, they've got a lot of shit going on.
And there's a lot more to go.
Oh my God.
Right? At this point, Ed decided to try a ritual called religious provocation, trying to get the demon to reveal himself. We've heard of this, that you try to get the demon to reveal its name, and then you have
Right.
more power over the
Right,
demon.
yeah.
We've talked about that before in different things. Halfway through the ritual, Ed began being choked by unseen hands, and then bite marks and scratches appeared on him and other people in the family that were in the home at the time.
Jesus.
This was happening to Mary and John on the other side of the duplex as well. Mary was continually seeing the shadowy figure more and more and began to have a sense of that the being was trying to get her to join it on the other side. So now it was trying to be like, it was like beckoning to her.
Die, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Join me.
I don't like that.
Join
me. We did the Tower of Terror when we were in Disneyland Paris. Excuse me. Which is based off the TV show The Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
And in the thing, you basically are stepping into an elevator that is like a utility elevator, and then you get dropped and you're going into you're dying, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like what it basically is.
See you later.
Literally, you get in there and they like, it's dark and they say goodbye to the people you love.
Oh.
And it has you wave goodbye to a mirror where you see yourself, but then has like ghosties in there with you. And then all the lights go out and then you drop and you fall and you feel like you're dying. And I feel like that is very much what she was doing, is like what the Twilight Zone, the whole ride is about.
That's
is like,
crazy.
you know, it's just trying to get you to, they're like, come with us.
Come with us.
And that's what they're doing. They're all waving. They're like, join us, come with us. And there's a little girl who's like creepy and like levitating.
Oh my gosh.
And you're like, no, child.
I want to go on it. I want to go on it.
It is so much fun.
By now, these incidents were happening every single day, and things got really bad the following June. I feel like I keep saying, and things got worse.
You do keep saying that.
I do keep saying that. Jack was violently shaken away in the middle of the night. He sat up, feeling panic, and he tried to lay back down, but felt something climbing up his bed, touching his legs, and pulling itself up.
No, man.
This is a trigger warning
Okay.
for sexual assault.
Oh, God.
So if you don't want to hear that, understandably, skip about 30 seconds. We'll go through this quick. He looked down and saw a figure with the body of a young, beautiful woman, but the face of an old woman with paper white skin and long, scraggly white hair. The being was covered in open sores and oozing pus. Her eyes were red, and her mouth was open with missing teeth that were glowing green. The teeth that she did have were sharp, Jack describing them like vampire teeth. Her skin appeared as though it were scaly. Ugh.
No.
Jack said that he was fully awake but completely paralyzed at this point, watching this entity crawl up his legs. Janet was completely asleep and didn't stir. This creature had climbed up on top of him and began having sex with him, staring at him with a toothy grin the whole time, all while Jack couldn't move.
Oh, my God.
When she was finished, she retreated back into the darkness of the room. Jack was now able to move and sat up, realizing that he was covered in the ooze that had been on the woman's skin.
No.
He ran to the shower, obsessively scrubbing himself clean. Jack told Janet everything the next day, and their level of fear went up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Right?
Uh-huh.
What?
All right. We're going to continue without going into that, just for the people who didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The next morning, their daughter, Dawn, told her parents that she had a nightmare and described the being in her room, which was the exact being that assaulted Jack the night before.
There you go. Which
So-
you can describe the lady for those people. She was just like an old lady.
An old lady with a young, beautiful body, an old, haggard-looking face,
And
scales,
pussy.
ooze, pussy, green mouth, red eyes, sharp teeth that she did have, and then
Gross.
Blech. They called the church begging for an official exorcism, which the church seemed to brush off. Soon after, Janet was assaulted in the middle of the night, though she didn't have the same details that Jack did. To add to everything happening, the Warrens stated that the demon in the house was feeding off of their fear, and the other spirits were getting the humans were procuring that fear.
Ah.
Think of it as Monsters, Inc.
Yes. They were
You know,
feeding off the screams.
They're feeding off the screams,
yeah, well,
basically.
yeah, the fear is just...
And so the demon was instructing the other spirits in the house to cause these things to happen, to cause fear, which the demon was then feeding off of.
No, thank you.
Yeah. The Warrens spent months with the Smurls. They collected data over this time with several hours worth of audio and video recording that they claimed was the demon itself. They also collected notes and photos. Weirdly, you can't find them.
That is weird.
That is weird, right?
Okay.
And he has some explanations for that later on, but it's just like,
Huh. That's suspicious.
One of the recordings allegedly was the sound of banging on the wall in the night, which is something that's been happening since the very beginning. And apparently, if you listen closely, you can hear the sound of pigs squealing in the distance.
No.
The Warrens tried reaching out to the Catholic Church again, nothing. So they invited Father Robert McKenna from Connecticut to perform what would be the first of several exorcisms. I don't know how they were able to do that without official church clearance, but they were able to find a priest that would.
Okay.
He was an old school Catholic priest who had performed exorcisms throughout the years. The night before the priest was said to arrive, Jack was woken up again in the middle of the night by the same two women, but this time they had a man with them. The man got up right into Jack's face and said, "You will pay for this," repeating this message multiple times as the women in the background laughed.
No.
It's just so creepy.
It is.
It's like, take every creepy element you could and put it into one story.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, it's all really in there.
It's all in there. It's real creepy.
Why do I feel like you're going to come out with something at the end of this that I'm not going to like?
Not in this one.
Okay.
I don't think I am. I mean,
Okay.
we have our tip. It's Ed and Lorraine Warren. Every time Ed and Lorraine are a part of a story, I have skepticism.
Right.
Every single time.
Okay.
But there's not like, psych.
Okay.
There's
As
not
long as
that.
you're not
going
to psych me.
No, I'm not going to
waiting
psych
for
you.
the psyching.
That's why this one was so interesting, because there's so much.
It's very well documented.
And you have to really dig to get this information. Like you'll just get like, if you just read the regular Wikipedia, this would have been a 30-minute episode.
Right. But
You have to
really
dig and find.
She did her
different
research
things.
is what she's saying.
I found some fun stuff.
She did the research.
I did my research.
Found a lady full of pus.
I feel like that should be on a sticker. She did her research and found a lady full of pus.
I also feel like we had another thing for you a while ago that was like about you and your research, and you found shit that it was like funny.
Oh, probably.
I feel like we did.
need
We should write things down when we talk about them.
should.
It's weird.
Weird.
I actually feel like I started to at one point. I should probably look through my notes.
Note, write
Not
it
today,
down.
but-
write it down.
I have too bad of a headache still from my
You
husband.
damn husband. Father McKenna performed the first exorcism, and it didn't really seem to do much. Everyone who was a part of the exorcism or in the house got sick, including the Warrens. Their youngest daughter got so sick that she lost several pounds and had a high, unrelenting fever for almost a week.
Yikes.
Things continued to escalate. At this point, their daughter Dawn was 16 and began to attract the attention of the beings in the home. I'm going to breeze over this. We don't need to go into very big detail. She was getting ready for a shower. She heard banging on the wall, which was whatever at this point. When she was in the shower, something grabbed her, began to squeeze her, and pushed her against the wall. She was able to get this thing off of her, push it away, and ran out screaming.
Jesus.
Her parents ran up. She fell into her parents' arms, freaked out that this thing literally assaulted her.
Right.
I mean, that would freak anybody out.
Yeah.
Child or adult.
If you're in the shower and someone is like holding you in any way, shape, or form, the fuck no.
Like, no. Because, again, you're at your most vulnerable position.
Exactly.
Which this thing seems to like.
Yeah. Which is
like to go after
kind of
you.
terrifying.
Yes. 100%. The family on both sides of the duplex continued to have bite and scratch marks. Another night, Jack was watching TV when he noticed movement just beyond the TV set. He squinted to have the image of a young man with long hair smiling in a creepy, exaggerated smile, staring back at him behind the TV set.
No.
With the long hair, too.
Yeah, why does that so much
like, it's like you
creepier?
can picture it being like scraggly.
Right,
and
that's
like
exactly it.
Yeah.
Like a creepy smile, and like greasy, scraggly, like.
Ugh.
Okay.
And it was again taking a bath. A 3-foot-tall humanoid creature appeared to her in the same goo that Jack had described from the, let's call it a succubus, that had attacked him
Yes.
earlier.
Yes.
So it seems like there are more entities coming into the home, or they are transforming themselves into other things to scare them.
Yes.
They're trying to rev things up
They are.
to scare them more.
Yes.
Because they do start getting used to it, and then it just like uptakes.
They up it.
Yeah.
And then they're feeding off their fear. It's almost like they're inviting, they're like, hey, there's a fear party. Everyone come.
That one sounded like a hobgoblin.
A hobgoblin, you're right. A hobgoblin.
Hobgoblins
We
are
haven't talked
kinda
about
cute,
them for a
those.
while.
They're cute, though.
They're adorable,
Right?
I think.
Mary Smurl next door continued to see that shadowy figure floating through her house, and people passing by said they always saw an old woman looking through the windows down at the street.
No, thank you.
And Mary was an older woman, but she was
Right.
by no means an old woman.
Yeah, not
like
like-
you would picture.
Not like a elderly
Correct.
lady. She's
Correct.
probably in her, like, 60s.
I don't know, 60s?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Like, not old. The Smurls decided they needed a break and packed up to go camping. They needed some relief. On the first evening, Jack was starting a fire with the dog nearby. The dog instantly shot up and began growling and staring into the darkness. They looked into the dark and saw a young girl staring back at them with the same exaggerated smile as the entities in the home. She was said to be in old colonial clothing. They watched as she vanished. I know where you're going. Continue, Raina.
There's an old colonial woman on the wing churning butter on the wing.
Yep.
Bridesmaids.
Yep.
She takes, what does she take, Xanax or something, and drinks, and then she starts to freak out, and then she gets on the call.
Yep.
Says there's an old colonial
And then
woman.
you did that to me.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
It was funny.
I mean, it's true.
It's true.
We were texting that the other day, too.
Yeah.
In my family group chat, we were.
Well,
we were
you and I talk about it all the
you and I
time.
always, because, yeah, because I posted that as my story one time when I was stoned on a plane. Mm-hmm. We were friends.
Dead.
I mean, what's wrong with it?
Nothing.
Old colonial woman churning butter on the wing. Mm-hmm. I'll never get over it.
Mm-mm.
What if she was there?
What if she was?
You don't know.
You got to say hi. It'd be rude not to.
And, well, she was just alerting the whole plane because,
Right.
what if she took it down with her butter churning?
Death by butter.
Death.
Well,
I think that's the only way I want to go out.
It's
Death by
possible.
butter.
It's possible.
One day.
It's just like, keep eating it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
They watched as the young girl vanished into the dark. Jack walked towards where she had been and was startled when she suddenly appeared in front of him, smiling before vanishing once more.
No.
Again, this is a little girl, which we hadn't talked about before.
Right.
So the entities are either bringing in more with them or morphing into something else.
I feel like, again, I'm saying there's like a fear party, so let's like everyone show up and party.
Is that how it goes?
I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm not
Okay.
I'm not a demon.
Diamond!
A diamond.
The family was away, but the neighbors heard screaming and yelling from inside the house. And this was when that they realized that it wasn't just the house. They were being followed by spirits, entities, ghosts, demons, whatever you want to call them. After the family returned from camping, the same things happened. The family would regularly levitate at night and continually see shadowy figures throughout the duplex.
Mm-mm.
Even at Jack's office, coworkers began to report strange things like smells and electronics turning off and on. One coworker said he heard banging on the walls. So now things were happening at Jack's office too.
Yeah.
Janet one day had a headache and laid on the couch, being woken up by unseen hands touching her, moving slowly up her body, and then began choking her. Janet couldn't speak, but she began to think about the prayers Ed had told her to use, and the unseen hands released.
Damn.
Right? There's just so much.
I mean, there's
There's just so much. Father McKenna was starting to get frustrated that he couldn't help them because he would come over multiple times, say prayers. He's only performed, I think, one exorcism at this point, but still,
he's
it's not
performing the exorcism on the house, not a person.
That's true.
Which I wonder what the difference is as far as like
That's
the
a very fair
church.
point.
That's when you said that earlier. I was like wondering that. I was like, okay,
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
yeah, because it's not a person who's possessed. This is just
It's
like
a home.
It's a home, and
Yeah.
so I feel like that's different as far as like
Yeah.
getting permission. Like they're
Maybe
going
it
into a
is.
space that instead of a
person.
because a person I feel like is a lot more
in depth. That's
Yeah,
where you
and
get the
that's-
name. That's where
exactly.
you command
Where
it to
like
leave.
if you believe it's in a house, I feel like maybe that's why, and maybe why the Catholic Church also wasn't as interested because it was a home, not a person.
That could be true. That
I
could
don't
be
know,
true.
Just saying.
Janek woke up one night to an old woman looking at her, but for the first time, she didn't feel fear. She
Oh.
said the old woman felt peaceful and that she was there to help.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
Just getting them out.
Maybe she was churning butter.
Oh, I hope so.
I mean, butter helps everything.
It does.
A nice charcuterie board.
And get rid of the demons.
The diamonds.
You cover them in butter. Fry them up.
Fry 'em
I
up.
don't really know what
Slap
I'm
them
doing.
with some jelly.
Just do
What?
that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Mm.
The Smurl said that nearly every time people visited, they would experience poltergeist activity.
They don't like people coming.
Temperatures would drop, shadowy apparitions, and messages scrawled into the mirrors, to name a few. And 1,000 more things that we've already named.
Right.
The messages and questions were said to be by the demon himself, which demanded that Lorraine Warren get out of the house.
Fair.
Get out.
Get out. Demon woman, get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Smurl family decided to go public with their story because at this point, nothing was working.
Right,
They
they
couldn't
needed
get
help.
the attention of the Catholic Church. And so they agreed to take part in a studio interview, but anonymously. Their thought was that this would reach the attention of the Catholic Church to look into things and connect to the dots to the Smurl family that they had continually denied.
Okay.
And that makes sense.
Them doing it anonymously says a lot. Because
I think so. Yeah.
I think we've found that other people, like the fame, they want the fame from it or whatever will come from that. So.
Ed explained that while they could perform the exorcisms, having the backing of the Catholic Church would be more beneficial.
Yeah.
Which we've kind of discussed
Fair.
now. When they planned to go public, this seemed to anger the Beans in the home, and they started to have even more fear than they've had before. The attacks got worse and worse, and one night Janet said that her arms and legs were pulled so forcefully it seemed as though the entity was trying to break her limbs. Jack was awoken up by breathing in the middle of the night. He opened his eyes and saw an 8-foot-tall being covered in hair growling.
Fuck. No.
He said it had a pig's head and glowing red eyes. Jack screamed, which this time woke up Janet, but the figure was gone at this point. Is it Jody?
Jody the pig.
Jody the pig, are you here?
Is that from Amityville?
That's from Amityville. Did
oh
you
my
leave
God.
the Amityville Horror House and come down to the Smurl House? I mean, New York, Pennsylvania, not very far.
Not very
Just a hop,
far
skip,
at
and a
all.
jump.
It really is, but the 6-foot hairy man.
Pig face.
Pig face.
Jody.
Terrifying.
Get out of here.
I'm over here. I'm still like, that would fuck me up for life. I don't know if I could function after that.
But it's just Jody.
Well, if it was just Jody, whatever Jody is.
Jody the pig.
Yeah, I know what Jody was, but like, I don't know that I find it that,
I think it's funny.
endearing, Megan.
It's probably not. I'd probably poop myself if that
Right. There it is. Thank you for your honesty, finally. Literally, if you saw that, you'd probably be like, what the
Like, what
fuck?
the hell is that?
Run.
You want some bacon?
I actually do love bacon.
I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night with a demon pig staring at me.
That's a personal problem.
It really is. A few days later, Janet turned a corner in a room and saw a mustached man.
A
Mustached man
mustached man.
with horns staring at her. This time, sans pig face. But we know there's a mustached man in the house.
Yeah.
He's
He's just fucking with them.
Right. The house, it was continually finding new ways to scare them.
Yeah.
This strange animal-like creature began showing itself more and more, one time charging at Jack, cornering him against the wall, and Jack started praying, and the creature eventually disappeared. Janet was laying in her bed one day and felt something on her neck. She got up and saw a human hand pushing through the mattress.
No.
No. Although
Absolutely
if you think about like all the other things that have happened, that's pretty mild.
Isn't it true?
Comparatively,
Okay. But also, like, then you're going to go sleep in that bed knowing they can shove their hand up through the mattress?
up through the mattress.
No.
No, I don't like that one. One of the girls began crying one day, so Janet came up to see if she was okay, and the girl cried and said that a man was in her room and was taking her toys. She said that he's been there a lot and stares at her and moves things. Janet asked if he had ever hurt her, and thankfully she said no, he just scares her.
Okay.
You hurt my babies.
No, that's it. Don't fuck with the kids.
There's
you can
hell
fuck
to
with
pay.
anyone else.
Right,
Don't fuck with the kids.
Yes, exactly.
Us adults can figure it out. Don't fuck with the
Don't
kids.
don't fuck with the kids. The Warrens came up with a plan. The Catholic Church was not helping, so they were going to go to the press. I remember they had done this anonymously before, but it didn't really do anything except anger the spirits in the home. Once they came up with this plan to go to the press, things upticked again in the house. How many more times can we uptick?
I mean, I don't know. They're still alive.
They're
so-
still alive.
A
well,
lot.
not now, but
Well, no. I mean,
but at the time,
yeah.
they're still alive. We're in the mid 80s at this point.
I mean, their kids would still be alive.
Yeah, we're going to talk about one of them at the end.
Okay.
The Smurls told their stories to a reporter named Sandy Underwood. The story took off. There was a media frenzy, and newspapers worldwide were starting to report the story. It was like going viral before the internet.
Yeah.
It was everywhere.
Wow.
The story was everywhere. News crews began showing up to the Smurl house hoping to catch a glimpse of the entities that haunted the family. The Smurls thought that this was going to help them, but this caused a whole new set of issues. People began showing up in droves. The police had to shut down the street, and neighbors began getting understandably upset. The children said that they would see people climbing the trees outside the windows and peering in through the window to see if they could find anything inside.
Oh my God.
So now you're not only dealing with the paranormal, but you're dealing with asshole people.
Yes.
Which one's worse?
What, you're trapped in your house, you're trapped out of your house. I don't know. What's the worst?
Right. They couldn't leave. There was just reporters and people camped out of their home at all times.
The fuck no.
It's crazy. This whole story is wild. The story became so well known in the community that neighbors and people in town would harass the Smurl family members, even to the point of throwing a brick through the front window.
Jesus.
Right? At one point, a coven of witches showed up and asked to perform rituals inside the home. At that point, I'd be like, come on in.
Well, I mean, we would.
Yeah. Like,
probably not
figure
them,
it out. They
but
probably could just, like, honestly, give them 10 minutes and some incense,
They'll be fine.
and problem solved.
Exactly.
Problem
Give
solved.
some
And then have some
intentions.
wine
Yeah.
for them.
Wine,
some
obviously.
cheese afterwards.
Yeah,
We'll
what do
have
you
a
call
little
it? Like
get-together.
Not sacrifices, but like donations. That's the wrong word. When you put things out on your altar for...
What? I can't think right now.
When you put things out on your altar...
An offering?
There it is.
There it is.
There
An
she
offering
is.
to the
Offering
witches.
for the witches.
We like cheese
And wine.
and wine.
And
Maybe
herbs.
some crackers.
And
Herby.
crackers.
Herby
Yeah.
crackers.
Yeah, and herbs.
Bread.
Bread.
I do like bread.
We like carbs.
Yes.
A lot.
And cheese. Did I mention cheese?
I think we said cheese, but also cheese is also like a good thing. Also butter, while we're talking about a woman churning butter.
Any kind of dairy.
If someone's churning butter, we'll take the demon butter. Mm-hmm. I feel like we'd make it into lovely butter.
Burrata.
Ooh, too much. Don't even go there.
But you gotta have some fresh herbs to
Yeah.
go on top. Maybe
Yeah.
a little bit of oil.
I need some balsamic vinegar,
A little
actually.
spritzing
like
of it
some
all.
balsamic glaze,
Yeah.
flaky sea salt while we're at
Yes.
it. Some
Yes.
focaccia.
It can go on the bread. Or
Yeah.
the focaccia. Focaccia is better.
Yeah, so if
Yes.
you ever need witches to come and get rid of the demons in your house, there you go.
I like
That's how you do it.
rosé. I really like rosé.
I like all things. Mm-hmm. I don't discriminate.
Fair. You look like a little like
I know, like a gremlin.
like a little gremlin back there. I'm looking at the video of our recording, and she's got this hat on, and she's like sat back,
I'm chilling.
and she looks like a little gremlin. She's got a glass of wine and her water. It's great. Great. One good thing that came out of this is that the Smurl family got in touch with a psychic named Betty Ann Moore, who came to the home. She identified 3 spirits and 1 dark entity without talking to the Warrens, and she was able to provide information about the beings that explained some of the behavior. She said that there was a senile old woman named Abigail, but she was harmless. Upstairs, she found an entity named Patrick, who was a large, mustached man who died in the home and beat his wife during his life. His wife was named Elizabeth, and one day Patrick came home to find his wife with another man. He proceeded to strangle her and beat the man to death. She said that Janet resembled Elizabeth, and the spirit of Patrick was confused her for his wife, and then confused Jack with her lover. She said Patrick didn't want to cross over because he was afraid that he would be punished if he did. So he was taking it out on Janet and Jack because he thought that was his wife and her lover.
Jesus.
But he knew he was dead and wouldn't cross on because he knew he had done bad things in life.
Okay. Well,
So that's interesting.
that is interesting.
The third spirit was the younger woman, but not Elizabeth. She was violent and an insane woman who wanted to harm the family. The spirit was working alongside the demon in the home and was able to make Patrick do violent things. Then there was the demon itself. The demon was described as being everywhere in the house, infesting it.
I don't like that.
Like it was in the walls,
Yeah.
under the floorboards.
Infesting.
That word, infesting.
Yeah. I don't like that at all. At all.
The entities were growing in power. And we know this because the neighbors began to contact the Smurl family to report that 6 different houses in the neighborhood were starting to hear banging on the walls, have rotten odors, and have voiceless screams in the night. So it was a moving.
That's not good.
What happens when something is infesting? It grows, it spreads.
expands
and so it was spreading throughout
the whole neighborhood.
like a mushroom.
Them are smarts.
Smarts mushrooms.
These are aliens.
Delicious too.
And aliens. I did make spaghetti last night, and I sauteed these mushrooms, and they were so fucking good in the spaghetti.
Mushrooms.
So do I. All my kids love mushrooms except for
good.
one. Except for one.
I guess which one.
She doesn't like anything. But also, like, I didn't like mushrooms growing up. Now that I love them, like, I just love that I have kids that love them because I can eat them whenever I want.
Perfect.
Except for then we have to fight over them. But
I get them all to myself.
Mr. Boo Boo makes the best sauteed mushrooms you've ever had, ever.
He also makes the best bacon.
That's when he makes breakfast for dinner, and he sautés mushrooms and bacon, and that's like because it's like English style is like, you know, mushrooms and beans.
British breakfast.
A British breakfast. You sound like you're from London. I love that you knew that was what I was getting ready for. I had to inhale, get ready for the comment.
I heard the pause and I felt
You
what
knew
was
that
coming
was where
next.
I was going. But yeah, next time he makes sautéed mushrooms, I'll have to make sure I get you some.
Yes, 100%. The Smurls thought that they were doing the right thing by going public, but this actually made things worse. Not only did they have the spirits, but also they had the public, like we talked about. People claimed that the plan to go public was because the Warrens wanted more fame. Parasocial professors stated that they believed the Smurls had experienced supernatural instances, but that the Warrens put it into their heads that a demon was responsible, which could have made them believe the instances were getting worse, which they claimed the same was done in Amityville.
Okay.
That's fair. I don't have anything to argue with that.
That's fair.
The Committee for Skeptical Inquiry wanted to do a full investigation on the home, and they were told that they could. But when they arrived at the house, they were met on the porch by Jack Smurl and Ed Warren and told they could not go into the home. The Smurls claimed that the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry was one of the first organizations that they asked for help and were denied. The committee says that this was not true and have no record of them asking for help.
Interesting.
Jack Smurl stated that only the Warrens were allowed to investigate their home and that any help would come from the Catholic Church. The church said that they would send someone to bless the house, but since the Warrens were involved, they now felt that there was too much skepticism in the story itself.
So you're saying that the church didn't trust the Warrens?
The church didn't trust the Warrens. Weird.
That's suspicious.
Weird.
Not that I fully trust the church either, but
no.
Also,
but come on.
In this situation,
if they have doubt on these people, come on.
I mean, really.
The Warrens said that they had years of documented evidence of the haunting. However, when pressed for proof, Ed claimed that they had given all of their evidence to a TV station, but he forgot the name of it, and it was lost. Later on, he claimed that everything was given to the church.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit, mama.
After some more digging, it was found that in 1983, after they had moved into the house and experienced things, Jack Smurl had brain surgery to remove water from his brain. Psychologists suggest that this could be the root cause for some of the things that happened to them, that his paranoia could have created a small-scale mass hysteria. The area was also a mining area, and they had a theory that that could be the banging sounds, and it was recorded that the city had sewage issues from old pipes that could have accounted for the strange smells in the community. I personally think it was a combination of things. I think they were definitely experiencing things.
Yeah.
Then the brain trauma could have made things worse.
Brain trauma's legit. Like,
100%.
that'll fuck you up.
And then they brought in the Warrens, which fueled the stories and turned it into this demonic thing.
1,000%.
People accuse the Smurl family of being money hungry and trying to make a quick buck, but it is important to note that the Smurl family never profited off of the haunting, including any Hollywood adaptations later on.
Okay, and I say yes to that because I feel like they at first going out
they dealt with something.
Well, them going out at first being like, we're not going to show ourselves, like we just want to get help. Then nothing happens. Then I feel like they were definitely experiencing something that was terrifying because not just them, but also like, you know, okay, yeah, maybe he had something in his brain, but how is his wife, his mom,
right?
Like
and
everyone there was experiencing
something. There was something,
1,000%.
And then
I don't doubt that.
It turned into something that maybe it wasn't.
Well, I feel like we said, the Ed and Lorraine.
Yeah.
Also, like, maybe it was bad because it, like, they fucked it up. I don't know.
Or maybe Ed and Lorraine brought the demon.
That too. Maybe they're evil beings.
The Warrens decided to create a mass exorcism, bringing in people to the home with surrounding homes helping, and focus their energy on the Smurl home and the demon inside. At this point, the local diocese stepped in, and Father McKenna showed up for another exorcism, this time with the church backing him. The house was flooded with priests and intense prayers took place, which seemed to calm things down. In 1987, Janet Smurl stated that they still heard banging and saw shadows, but nothing more than that. What makes this case by the Warrens different than the rest was that there was never any real conclusion.
Huh.
Right? Mm-hmm. The Smurl family eventually moved, selling their home to Deborah Owens in 1988. Deborah has been interviewed about the home and states that she never encountered anything supernatural while living there. Their daughter, Karen Smurl, now an adult, is a paranormal investigator. In 1986, a paperback book entitled The Haunted was written based on the Smurl experiences, which was turned into a movie adaptation of the same name in 1991. In 2025, a movie within the Conjuring universe is set to debut titled The Conjuring Last Rites, based on the story of Ed and Lorraine's investigation into the Smurl family haunting.
There it is.
There she is.
There she is. I do think it speaks,
I'm gonna watch it.
It speaks volumes that one of the children is a paranormal investigator.
She obviously experienced something. She wouldn't have gone into it. That spark would have...
Point blank.
We all have that spark ignited by something we experienced.
Yeah, it's what turns us towards this. It's
right.
Where we sit there and we're like, people who say it's not real, I haven't experienced it, that's fine. I fully believe that for you. But like once you experience something, it's very hard to convince yourself you didn't.
Yes, 100%.
And I think it's what turns a lot of people into paranormal investigators and into people who love the paranormal, because when things happen so often to you too, you finally are like, okay, yeah, something could be wrong in my upstairs brain hole, but also like there's things that keep happening like that I can't explain.
I think in this case specifically, the Smurls definitely experienced something.
Yeah.
But the Warrens came in and just fucked it all up.
Well, it's just standard.
Yeah, but we have the story now because the Warrens were involved.
Right. If not, it probably wouldn't have. I mean, how many haunted stories are there similar to this that never even see the light of day?
Correct.
We're looking for them. Those are the ones we want.
That's the ones we want. We want the lesser known ones, and if you have experienced it and want to come on and tell us about it, that's even better.
Let us know. That's why we do those haunted farmer markets, because those are the kinds of people who show up there.
Yep, which
people who experience stuff, who are into the occult and have their own experiences.
And that's the best stories to tell are your own.
Yep.
And we have the Haunted Farmers Market coming up in Tacoma on August 10th.
Random.
Weird
plug.
Weird. Not random. It's part of it.
No, I was joking.
I was like, what? What do you mean random?
I was joking.
Weird.
I was like, weird. I just brought it up. But I was getting there too. Is what I was saying.
Gotcha.
Not in a bad way, but I was just like, but yeah. So we are going to be there on August 10th, and also if you. At this point, I think an episode would have aired if you guys want to listen to my dumbass talk for a little while on a podcast. You can listen to the Art of Drinking podcast, which is, I don't know where all the podcasts are if you want to hear this lunatic talk, but I talk about our lunatic selves. We talk about our thing and talk about alcohol, which is, entertaining.
Talk about your balls.
We talk about my balls, except for I was appropriate. I was.
What's the fun in that?
Well, I was just trying to not be myself. Anytime you hear me being appropriate, just know it's not me being my genuine self.
It's just we're trying to...
That's just my professional side of Raina.
Not scare anyone away.
Yeah, we're just working on it really hard.
Really
hard.
Just,
you guys, it's just okay. Just let me talk about putting balls in your mouth, okay? Or inappropriate shit. It's much more fun to be inappropriate.
It's so much more fun. It's
freeing.
You're uninhibited.
And it's fun to just bullshit.
Yep.
About nothing.
Exactly.
But
well, we got a fire pit night to get ready for.
We sure do. We're going to hang out
with some teachers.
Some teachers.
As my youngest will say, Mrs. Beaverson is coming.
I love that, Mrs. Beaverson.
Mrs. Beaverson.
Or Mrs. Beaverson. With our kid's favorite teacher who we've been excited to hang out with. So,
yes.
Yeah.
She has, I'm not sure what this means, but she says she has a pineapple soaking.
No, but that wasn't weird. That was Severson.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Oh, you don't remember?
No.
Oh. We talked to her. Soaking in Fireball. We are about to consume a pineapple that's been soaking. She told us that. You guys, we had some limoncello. It really sent us down real hard.
But we came up with this idea to record on the Redneck.
It was a great idea.
And it came to fruition.
And I had some hangover pills from Unbooze Hangover. And they worked.
We got that taken care of.
The fact that I actually was alive yesterday.
I mean, there
you
you
went
go.
to the lake, I ditched you.
I did go to the lake and I burnt myself to a crisp. Although it's more tanning today.
I got all my editing
too
done. I
bad.
had to get done. So
Yeah.
And my kids went elsewhere. So
And
sorry.
tomorrow I have no plans whatsoever.
Same, except for
None.
I'm gonna do a crab boil for dinner, which is just
A bowl.
A boil.
A
Crab bowl. Anyways, but you guys, well, thanks for sticking with us for the chaos.
Yeah. Thanks for the two-pata of the
Two-pata.
Smurl Family Haunting.
Two-pata.
Yeah.
And why don't you guys just go out and get yourself some lunatic soup?
And remember, in this crazy world,
It's good to be a lunatic.
bye.
Bye.